most people want the Niners to do wide receiver, cornerback in round 2, but let's stay on theme. You're saying basically this rule change in 2017 that opened up the middle of the field has changed the sport. It's made it easier to draft and develop quarterbacks. And what is the response on defense? And what is the move the Niners should make in round 2?
Yeah. I've been a big proponent of this all along. Different game now, middle of the field open. I think that watching tape on especially these quarterbacks and offensive talent in this past offseason, you see like all these offense corners, they're all attacking middle of the field. They're all attacking linebacker and safety matchups. Like when I'm going through these corners, I'm looking for, let me see. I want to see like Tony get, I want to see these guys on these corners, but no, they're attacking the safeties and they're attacking the linebackers. Like that's where they're getting all their bulk of their big plays.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's stressing the importance of coverage linebackers and safeties that can match up against slot receivers, tight ends, and backs that can catch the football. With that being said, and all of the safeties are on the board in round 2 right now, I think the Niners should address safety. Remember, Ward and Tart are both guys that have an injury past, so more than likely one of them or both of them are going to get hurt this season and be out for some time. I don't necessarily trust the depth behind it. I know a lot of people like Moore, but we've seen him. He's got his own issues, not necessarily with injuries, but tackling. And not only that, is Tart's also on a 1-year deal, so you need to prepare for if he does have a big year and you can't pay to replace him. So I think that'll be. Oh, and on top of all that, I think this class is a pretty good class. So I think there's an opportunity for the Niners to possibly get the best safety on the board and shore that up.
Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot of research on the safeties. You have. I'm looking here on CBS. It seems like there's a bunch of guys in the top 75. There's 7 in the top 75, and then it kind of falls off after that. So if the Niners want to get a quality safety, they either need to take one here at 43 or maybe move up in round 3, which may not be that easy to do. So maybe this is the spot for a safety, and in which case, like you said, all of them are available. Do you have like a personal ranking of the safeties, or do you feel that strongly in any way?
I like Teron Morig out of TCU.
Okay.
Big safety, 6'2", 200. I think on most boards he's the top safety. Other people have other guys, and
most people don't expect him to be there at 43, right? Like they have him here at 17 on CBS.
Yeah,
so I don't know what's going on.
He ran a 4.5 at his pro day, but that was with a sore back. So he runs
4.5 is not
better
slow.
than that.
I run a 4.5.
No, 4.5 is not slow. His film plays. Seems like he's faster than that.
Yeah, me too.
He plays in that TCU defense, which is heavy palms stuff. He's an all-around guy. He covers really well. He can tackle. I personally like him.
Okay.
Richie Grant is another guy that I watched at UCF. Like when you watch him, he's all over the field. Like he's in on almost every play. It's like Richie Grant. He's all over.
Is he better than the corner in that secondary, Aaron Robinson?
They're different players, for different needs. I think Aaron Robinson is really good. I think I don't know if people know this, but I think he was an original Alabama, and he transferred there to USF.
Uh-huh.
So I think that secondary down in USF was actually really good. It kind of sucks that they all like opted out and didn't play versus Zach Wilson, because that would have been nice to see. Yeah. But I think Aaron Robinson is a very good corner. Just for the Niners, and I know this is a part of this safety conversation, I think they need an outside corner, not necessarily the nickel.
Sure. And you think Robinson's more of a nickel? And they use him that way more there, but he's like 6'4".
Yeah, I think so. You touched on this before, but I think they need a big outside corner.
Okay, so Richie Grant, if he's available, is a hell of a pick. And then after that, you got the guy from Bishop Out High School, my alma mater, Javon Holland, Tell me something good about him.
Javon Holland, is that the
Oregon.
Oregon? I wasn't able to catch his tape.
Well, he's phenomenal. I haven't seen his tape either though.
He's from Bishop O'Dowd.
Yeah, he's from O'Dowd, so you already know.
He's
the
awesome.
pedigree
Awesome.
is it's fantastic.
Yeah.
They have good options, and probably he'll be there because they have him as like in the 50s. So if Richie Grant's available, great. If not, maybe they'll go BPA in a different direction. But Richie Grant would be a great pick.
Jamar Johnson. I mean, Jamar Johnson. He's got some tackling issues, but he was one of the guys that gave Fields some problems. He was playing some mind games with Fields and gave him some problems. I think the other TCU guy, Ardarius Washington, he's a little undersized. I think he's like 5'9" or whatever, but he makes plays. So there's definitely options. It depends. I don't know what the Niners board looks like. If I could get Trevon Moehrig right now, I would. They've got ammunition to move up if they want. I mean, they do fifth-round picks.
They do. Yes.
They don't need to use all those. All those guys are probably not going to make the roster, right?
Trade package two of those fists with the third, move up a little bit. Move up 5, 10, 15 spots.
Yeah, I think and I think guys like, I know that, for instance, that a guy like Richie Grant, he's a little bit like Ward in that they do use him in various different ways. He can play a slot receiver. He's done it a little bit there. So I mean, if they're looking in that mold, that's a guy that they can look at.
Renee says, who would you pick, Trevon Moehrig or Kenneth Gainwell, running back Memphis?
Moehrig.
I don't running back on day 2.
No, listen. I know you have your quality control meetings, but if you can bring Kyle now, Kyle, do not take a wide receiver in round 2.
Round take 3. A wide receiver. Do not take a running back.
Don't take a defensive tackle. Do not take a defensive.
Okay. Now let's stick with round 2. I like the idea of safety, but let's say that Richie Grant and Trevon Moehrig are off the board, and the Niners feel like there are better players than Javon Holland, and they want to go BPA. And there's other positions in need because there clearly are. So we've talked corner a lot. Obviously, if Tyson Campbell's available, you like him. No?
I do like Tyson. I liked the other Georgia corner because I think when the ball was when ball action got toward him, Tyson seemed to not be able to make not even that he wouldn't pick the ball off. He allowed.
You're saying he's Chris Culliver. He's a good athlete who can't get the ball. You're saying he's Chris Culliver, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
that's not what you want. That's fair. It's a good criticism.
What jumped off to me about the other Georgia corner is that he could make the play. Like he could come off of and pick a ball off. He was a playmaker. So
yeah, I felt like Campbell's a hell of an athlete, but so is Chris Culliver. If you can't find the ball, like great, you were right there, but they made the catch. So I see what you're saying. Okay, corner. How about this though? It's looking to me like there's a lot of good offensive linemen available. A lot of them. They could get Wyatt Davis at 43. They could get Landon Dickerson at 43. Creed Humphrey. They could get like starting guards that could move to center. I would consider that.
I wouldn't hate on that. I mean, there's a couple things like outside of the secondary. The other things that I wouldn't hate on or I would be okay with is either edge rusher or
edge rusher, of course.
I only say the edge rusher because I think there's value there with the Georgia kid still being on the board.
Oh yeah, let's talk about him real quick. If you don't know, there's this guy Azeez Ojulari who's still available, who may not be there at 43, but he's a stud, right?
Yes. There's because I'm personal belief like there's three major things you need. You need a quarterback. You need a pass protector. You need a pass rusher. Like those are premium positions. If a guy's that, even though they've pretty much filled out edge rusher, if that guy's there, you take him.
You need a coverage guy too. That's 4. I'm just gonna add 4.
I'm not gonna say 4. I think
you need 4. To me, it's like the 4 corners. The 4 corners of the chessboard. Yep.
Coverage. You need coverage guys too. But coverage, I think it's a premium position. If the edge guy is there and he's that much better than the next guy, forget need. Just go get him and wrap it up.
But I don't necessarily expect Ojulari to be there at 43. If he is, that's an easy one. That's an easy pick. Richie Grant, if he's there, that's an easy pick. But if not, and if you're looking at guys that are sort of projected to be there in the mid 40s, I think Wyatt Davis from Ohio State would be a hell of a pick. I mean, nothing against Daniel Brunskill, but how much have we really seen from him at right guard? How confident can we really be in Daniel Brunskill? I like Daniel Brunskill a lot, but maybe another guy would be good. I don't really like Laken Tomlinson that much. He's getting older.
No, the thing about the offensive lineman, I think Kyle he seems like really picky about his offensive lineman. Like if you can't execute outside zone at a high level, he's not interested in you.
That's true. That is true.
Regardless of what else you can do. You could be the best pass pro offensive lineman. If you can't execute that play, there's zero interest in you.
Then he's going to run you out of town for Mike McGlinchey, who's the exact opposite of you.
And in fairness, like maybe it's great. Maybe it was great that he did pay for Trent Williams because he does get the outside zone play out of that, and he does get pass protection.
True.
Like because if we didn't have Trent Williams, like Kyle might have just put any guy out there. But yeah, he
would have put Cole McKivitz out there because he fit the run scheme.
Yeah,
he said that last year. We were cool with Colton. Yeah, great. Okay, so like some realistic options are the safeties we mentioned, the corners we mentioned, the offensive linemen we mentioned. Any prediction of not what they should do, but knowing Kyle and what he's all about and how he might have been overruled in round one, possibly, maybe, unless he's telling the truth that he always liked Trey. What's he gonna do here? Is he gonna take a running back? No, he's not gonna take a running back.
I mean, if the past is any indication of the present picture, then I think we run it. What wide receiver or
like Brown
or some?
Here's the thing: if they take any one of these guys from North Carolina, people are going to be so happy. I'm going to be like, well, yeah, I like Michael Carter, but
I watched Yummy Brown against Ifeatu. How do you say his name? Ifeatu Menifone
yes, Ifeatu Melifonwu.
All of the set because Syracuse has like 3 guys in the secondary that are going to get drafted. And he did the Syracuse corner Menifone.
I think his older brother's in the Niners right now.
Yeah, his older brother's on the Niners. He held his ground against Brown. So and I watched him also against Clemson.
That's my prediction is that the Niners take Melifonwu because they already have his brother and he's 6'3". He's the 6'3" corner in this draft. That's great.
The thing I also like about him is I think the way you can risk mitigate is if you can't play corner, just move him to safety. Because I think he doesn't have an issue. He doesn't have an issue coming up and tackling. That's one thing. He'll come up and he does not have issue with that. He's a corner.
So instead of drafting a corner and a safety, just draft this guy.
You could. I mean, that would save you. You could do that. You could draft 2 corners and this guy being one of them and like, hey, return you to safety. I almost speculate that they might move his brother to the corner because his brother is like the opposite. His brother doesn't really have an interest in playing physical.
So you already see that they're looking for that big corner. They have the brother on the team. Why not have them both be on the team? They could be roommates, bunk mates.
Sure. But the only issue is, are you going to keep the other brother on the team? Are you planning on cutting him?
Oh, yeah. We only have one Melifonwu. Fight for it. Only one Melifonwu jersey. Sorry. Who's going to be?
We ran out of W's.
Oklahoma drill. Sorry.